let's take a practical example from the global politics field. We are all aware of the recent developments of China as to how it has established itself as a strong global power in the world. There are many factors to it, but the most predominant one is their incremental, let's say, construction of artificial islands and military installations in the South Chinese Sea. Just pick up those areas from the list, which, have come to you in moments when you have just sat with yourself. It's not that we need to find the perfect field for us, but maybe create a field which suits best to our own weird tastes of interests, likes, and dislikes. Okay, yo guys, namaskaram. So today is 6th December 2024, and again I came up with some thoughts which I wanted to share, which I think is very important considering we are entering New Year, we have all these plans and things like that and whatnot. It's like a repetitive story, right? Every year you kind of see like New Year happening per se if you're alive. So we are like more prone to fucking ourselves up internally as compared to the outside hindrances impacting us. As per our research paper, we like to distract ourselves more internally than what the external situations, let's say, physically do to harm us. We enjoy finding ways and methods to blame the external environment. However, deep inside, we know that all these are just excuses. Maybe because we are too scared of our potential. So, I just stumbled upon an insight which I wanted to share with you that if you cannot work or if you are unable to work, remember the power and joy that you are giving to the people who desperately want you to fail. All the people who were or are our naysayers, critics, bullies of the past or present, who have given you, let's say, scars and childhood traumas will be proven right if in this moment you consciously choose to not work on your dreams and ambitions. You being unable to work right now gives them power, which makes them win over you in the long run, hence proving them right. Do you want them to win over you a second time, a third time, or maybe countless times in life? Robert Greene says, and I quote, "You may have brilliant ideas, the kind that could revolutionize the world, but unless you can express them effectively, they will have no force, no power to enter people's minds in a deep and lasting way." And I unquote. Well, maybe it's about acting in a way true to yourself and also trusting the universe that things will go well, having a certain sense of faith. We all have been seduced into thinking we are less, well, because survival in India is hard, or any other, let's say, South Asian country for that matter. Then there's that shitty parenting and a lot of other factors which have been contributing to our downfall. The government just likes to leech taxes from your parents' hard work, and then that frustration is channelized onto you. Nothing wrong with it, but please make it a thumb rule in your life that I'll just take advice from people who are where I want to be. We don't want any random person trying to instill shit into us. Picking up the right role models is important, for that is what determines what path we will choose or certain things that we might not want to choose or avoid. The difference between consciously choosing to do something and avoiding to do something comes with the price. One bears the price of short term pain with long term satisfaction, while the other bears the pain of short term satisfaction with long term pain. Now, it's true, not all of us know what we want to do, but a lot of us are deeply aware of the things that we shouldn't be doing. Write them down on a piece of paper with your hand. That frees up your time, since then you'll have time to sit with yourself. Trust me, you wouldn't be able to sit long with yourself. Something that the child in you always wanted to do would speak to you in those moments. Cherish those moments, write them down as well. A lot of people choose to be ordinary. There are times in your life when you know for sure that this is the thing that truly brings joy to you and you want to pursue it in that instance. What do you do in that instance? You say, I'll start tomorrow. There's plenty of time on my hands. This is such a fallacy that has befallen us, and so many lives have been wasted because of this. Take small bites and gain momentum. Over time, it becomes something so big that you will be stunned. Let's take a practical example from the global politics field. We are all aware of the recent developments of China as to how it has established itself as a strong global power in the world. There are many factors to it, but the most predominant one is their incremental, let's say, construction of artificial islands and military installations in the South Chinese Sea. It all started by claiming vague historical rights and engaging in civilian activities like fishing and drilling in disputed waters. Over time, these civilian actions kind of gave way to them, right, for their construction of artificial lands and their military naval bases and things like that. Once other nations started realizing that it was a major issue, China had already become a global power. Those islands now serve as, let's say, military strategic points, among other things, to the Chinese people, slowly and steadily accumulating resources through actions and then creating a new identity for themselves, which is hard to disrupt now, let's say, hard to even challenge for that matter. Like it's a status quo of sorts. So, in a similar example, if we just bring it down to your own practical life, like start creating momentum slowly and steadily in all areas of your life which you think need improvement, or just pick up those areas from the list which, like, have come to you in moments when you have just sat with yourself. It's not that we need to find the perfect field for us, but maybe create a field which suits best to our own weird tastes of interests, likes, and dislikes. Real learning will not happen through listening to this video, it only happens through action. You will just be accountable to yourself on your deathbed. What matters are your actions and choices whose impact will stay with you for the rest of your life. Don't waste your time thinking about political systems, changing people. This is such a corruption ridden country, etc. etc. Live so powerfully that people change just by seeing through your example without you even speaking a word, because you have demonstrated real life proof through your actions. So, on the core, we are like conflict avoidant beings because we love peace. You can avoid conflict in the world, but don't avoid the conflict within, because the more unstable you are within, the deeper that feeling of wasting your life will hit you at one point. I have seen countless people living lives of quiet desperation and being very unfulfilled because of the their situations were not right, life did them bad, or someone screwed them over, and a lot of other horrendous stories. Don't give life the chance to screw you. And even if you have been treated unfairly, what small action can you take right now to change the way you feel? Even if it's just a small, minuscule percentage. Maybe it's going for a 20-minute run, reading something for 10 minutes, or engaging in a heart to heart dialogue with yourself or someone whom you trust. We all have some small amount of actions that we can take right now in this moment, in this second, which will compound over time to help us get out of this mess. Don't lose hope. I know life is super hard, but the mark of a hero or a true victor is one who keeps on pushing forward despite challenges. Like that's the stories we all read, right? Of all heroes and things like that. Don't let the brutalities of life rob you of your joy. Let the universe see your unique gifts in whatever capacity you can express them. And that, my friends, ends the video for 7th December 2024. Let me know what you feel about it. And until then, this is Devishish Pindra from Debu Ki Dastak signing off. Cheers. Bye.